Okay, as always, 3D glasses denote a 3D movie. So the Avengers, the movie that's been leading up to ever since the first Iron Man movie, we mentioned the Avengers Initiative. So essentially you get Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, the third version of Hulk, Hawkeye, and Black Widow. The first hour is pretty much them getting them all together and trying to form the team. Why are they forming the team? Well, essentially they use the Tesseract, or the Cosmic Cube, to slightly puncture a hole through space, and someone on the other side of that hole really wants that, because it's essentially the doorway to every other universe and to multiple planets. So that person therefore sends Loki through. Loki pretty easily gets the Tesseract, but his goal is twofold. One is to get the Tesseract, to open the gateway, and at the same time to defeat Earth's mightiest heroes. He initially does it by, when they're all together, he kind of puts them at odds with each other. So yes, you do get to see Iron Man fight Thor. That scene's been on Yahoo for quite some time. You do get Hulk versus Thor in all of its Mjolnir slamming glory. You know, pretty much everyone has enough inner turmoil that they all kind of fight each other. You do also get to see Hawkeye fighting Black Widow. Again, pretty solid fight. So from a fighting and action standpoint, very, very well done. My only gripe, and this is a very superficial gripe, is when Loki finally opens it, it's kind of like generic alien invasion. You know, I'd love to have seen either like Skrulls or something else, but the creatures they're fighting are supposed to be this unstoppable army, and bullets and arrows take them down. Initially people were complaining that, you know, you got Hawkeye and Black Widow, so you have a bow and arrow guy and a girl who shoots guns. They have other skills, but in this sort of massive warfare, that's what you got. And they pretty easily take most of these creatures out, especially with the help of the Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America. You know, that ending battle, this is like the last half an hour of the movie, is just like a non-stop battle. I'm thinking that Michael Bay should watch that last half an hour and go, man, this is what I should do in all my movies. I should actually do character development and then do a massive battle where it's the destruction of most of New York. From an acting standpoint, everyone falls right back into the roles really easily. The downside of that is Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man is by far, God, the best dialogue. And his character, which he plays pitch perfect, again, he does phenomenally well. You know, from calling Loki reindeer games because he's got the giant horns. You know, the dialogue he has with every character is practically priceless. You know, a lot of it does take place on, I think it's called the Raft, which would be the SHIELD massive helicarrier. And you know, all in all, this movie definitely lives up to the hype, as long as you don't walk in there with a tremendous amount of hype. All in all, done very well. For the first big summer blockbuster, it was done beautifully well. My only issue is that before it, there were a lot of 3D trailers for kind of cartoony sort of movies like Brave and Paranorman. I didn't get to see the Batman, The Rise of the Dark Knight trailer, or The Dark Knight Rises, which I've already seen before. Now, of course, there are 2 scenes after the movie is done. If you don't want to know what they are, you want to be entirely surprised, and you haven't Googled them or found them on YouTube yet, this is your opportunity to take a step back. So if you like the previous movies, you know, Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, you know, you will enjoy this movie. So as always, before I get into anything else, and the post-scene spoilers, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, here comes part of the post-screen spoilers. You find out who essentially was behind the whole invasion. And I'm hoping this is not the still shot for YouTube. And he doesn't have any dialogue, but you do see him. Ironically, you see him in all of his regular glory, with most characters being done in the Ultimate style. He is done in his original format. So yeah, the person who Loki was talking to, and the person who was giving Loki access to an army, as well as helping him try to conquer Earth, is Thanos. He gets no dialogue, and pretty much they show like a shoulder profile, and then he stands up and looks at the camera. Awesome. And that is actually the mid-credit one. The part that actually happens after the credits. Before the very end of the movie, when Thor and Loki use the Tesseract to go back to Asgard, Iron Man mentions, there's a shawarma place like 2 blocks from here. I've never had shawarma. We should go there when this is done. The scene after all the credits are done rolling is the whole team kind of still in gear. Like Iron Man's still in his armor. Iron Man still has some of his armor on. And you see, Thor's still in his gear. So most are pretty much still in their gear, eating shawarma. They share no dialogue. But it is hilarious to see a bunch of people just sitting around the table and they just saved the world. Big mouthfuls of shawarma.